Thursday afternoon chat. Your favorite artists with Jayar.
Ladies and gentlemen, a frequent guest on the show, more frequenter than most, I would say. I think you and Josh Baldwin have become my go-to that I just feel comfortable with. That like, okay, let's just they get me in a groove, where others are a challenge for me. But you are just loaded with stories that take me places, and I'm like, just hey Ryan, tell us something interesting.
I'm glad it's that. I'm glad it's honestly. I'm glad it's the fact that I make you comfortable, like we get along. I'm glad it's that and not like Ryan's the only guy that we can get to do this.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's because we both speak Pacific Northwest.
That is very true.
Yeah. We've talked about this in the past, but I want to just set up to our audience because we're on from Atlanta to Jacksonville to Orlando to Tampa Bay, all the way down to Southwest Florida. And so I just want to throw this out there because we've talked about in the past that COVID caused a shift where all of a sudden people just, hey, we'd love to have you play in our backyard because we can't go anywhere. But where is the shift of where you're even like, what do we even call this thing anymore?
Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, I'm kind of in the process of just figuring all that out right now because it has grown. You know, when COVID hit us, we went from arenas with 10, 12, 15,000 people to backyards and homes and living rooms of 50. And so in that time, it's just kind of grown and grown and grown, which I really didn't expect.
Yeah.
People all around America have just kind of gravitated to this new, and not that it's new, it's not a new model. I'm not reinventing the wheel, but I feel like what we go out and deliver and do in an organic, just authentic, graceful manner with an unplugged kind of night, I think people have really, really enjoyed, and it's been really compelling. So all that to say, it's grown from homes and living rooms and backyards to now people are kind of getting word of it and want to bring us to their communities, into their churches and different kind of bigger venues like that. So it's not necessarily just backyard shows anymore. So I'm kind of in the process of figuring out what is this thing even called. So if you think of a name, I thought of one last night when I was laying down in bed. I was like, Lord, what do I call this? Because we're not really we're not playing a lot of backyards.
Yeah.
When in COVID we could only be outside, really. Yeah. Now it's like,
let's go to the front of the house. Garage.
It's the garage porch. I feel like just this sentiment of unplugged, up front and up close and unplugged.
Yeah.
You know, like that kind of thing. So if you think of anything.
And for a lot of people, like I get hit up with a lot of people, hey, because if I'm friends with somebody, they think that, hey, you work on the radio. How do I get Toby Mac to my kid's birthday party? Like they don't understand that there's production companies and thousands of dollars worth of crews and lights.
Yeah.
And so what you're doing is kind of giving the average person a chance to actually have a guy that they know the songs he writes in their event, because most people don't know how to go get an artist. In my high school, we brought Jeff Moore in the Distance to my high school. And it was this whole deal where we didn't know anything about, oh my gosh, it costs money to bring these people to our state. A lot of money that people can't afford. And so people don't know that when they're hitting me up for, hey, how do I get blah, blah, blah. But what you're doing actually makes it available for people because there's all these middlemen.
Yeah, right.
So how do people all over the Southeast, like, just to keep you busy for the next year, how do people reach out to you?
Man, it's so simple. Ryan Stevenson Tour at gmail.com.
Okay.
Go to my Facebook, Ryan Stevenson Music. It's so simple. And we work really hard to just accommodate everyone as best we can.
Yeah.
We're not charging tons of money.
Yeah.
We're providing our own transportation. Like we really have stripped it down to where we're literally out there in my van.
Yeah.
Me and my small crew of guys, my band, bringing our own little sound system, setting up in small little areas.
Yeah.
So I feel like overall for what you're getting, I'm not trying to sell or do a sales pitch here.
This was my idea to have you talk about it, just for the record.
It is actually really pretty affordable, like really cost effective. There's not a lot of risk.
Yeah.
It's just, you know what? And it's,
well, what makes it different for me is that it's not some new. This is a guy who has a ton of hits on our playlist. So that's what. If you were somebody we played one song, people would be like, okay, maybe I can afford that guy who has that song I think I know. But we're talking Eye of the Storm was one of the biggest songs in faith-based history. So that's what makes this very different to me is all right. Couple things to set up, because I texted you a few months ago going, I just had you on 4 months ago, and I normally don't repeat an artist that quick, but I saw you. It was either one of the music cruises or it was you were on a Winter Jam or something where it was you telling stories acoustically over songs I knew. Mm-hmm. And I just remember, you come in jaded sometimes as a faith-based radio personality, like, I know these songs so much, I've been playing them for people for so long. But there was something about that stripped down set with these songs that I've been playing for so many years, but when you would just sit and talk about them and pick a guitar and play them, it moved me. And I'm like, I'd love to have Ryan in just to do that. So if you're cool with it,
of course.
If you could just do some songs for us this afternoon of the songs we know and just tell a story about where the song came from, kind of a deal. Just to let you know, the green screen, different from previous interviews you've done where you got to pick your background. This time, the film crew picks, and it's in this envelope. You and I won't know what we're talking in front of till the end, or what you're playing in front of. So it makes me a little nervous. Perfect. You're going to be doing all these songs in front of who knows? I mean, it could be a DMV for all we know. So I'm going to kind of step aside and kind of let you take over the afternoon with what the songs you want to play and the stories you want to tell, and it's going to be kind of your afternoon here.
Amazing. A favorite song of mine that has really meant a lot to me, that I originally was writing for other people. I thought it was going to help a lot of other people, but it really ended up really helping me and really ministered to me, and has been just such a champion song in my own heart, in my own personal space, is a song called No Matter What. And the funny thing about this song is the first time I ever played it, I played it inside of a women's prison, and I got invited to do some special music inside the correctional facility. And I played this song. It was brand new. I'd never played it for anybody before, but I just wanted to try it out. So I tried it out on 40 or 50 female inmates inside of the jail. And it just wrecked us all at the same time, them and myself. And I wrote this out of Romans 8, out of the Bible, Romans 8 says a ton in there, but my favorite piece is he says, "For I am convinced that there is nothing that can separate us from the love of God, revealed in Christ Jesus." And that was just such good news for me, because I grew up in a really religious environment, where I felt like I went into my adult life with a performance-based approach to God, feeling only as good to God as my last ability to perform really well and look really good and get it all together. And probably 5-6 years ago, Holy Spirit just stopped me in my tracks and said, just stop. You can get off that treadmill of performance right now. You're a son, and just the way you are, not as you think you should be. It's not even remotely about you, so just rest. And so out of that came this song. And the first time I got to play it was to a bunch of female inmates in the jail. It's called No Matter What. A lot of us grew up believing at any moment we could lose it all, and at the drop of a hat God might turn his back and move on. And a lot of us feel like we blew it, thinking that we're just too far gone. But I want you to know that there's still a hope for you now. 'Cause no matter what you've done, you can't erase his love. Nothing can change it. You're not separated, no matter what. never been a better time to get honest. There's never been a better time to get clean. So come as you are and run to the cross and be free. Oh, be free. 'Cause no matter what you've done, you can't erase his love. Nothing can change it. You're not separated. And no matter where you run, he's always holding on. You're still a daughter. You're still a son. And no matter what, oh, no matter what, I don't know what you've been taught, don't know what you've been told. All I know is my God will never let go of you. No, no. And I don't know what you've seen, don't know what you've been through. All I know is my God will never let go of you. He'll never let go. 'Cause no matter what you've done, you can't erase his love. Nothing can change it. You're not separated. And no matter where you run, he's always holding on. You're still a daughter. You're still a son. And no matter what, oh, no matter what, you're still a daughter. You're still a son. No matter what. Set up another one, keep rolling. Sometimes I feel like as creatives, as artists, although I don't really like calling myself an artist, I'm just a guy, I'm just a dad, a husband, a friend. I love to create. I love just giving birth to these sounds and these lyrics and these melodies that have just are inside of me for one reason or the other. And for me personally, this song that I was going to share was came in a moment where I was kind of in this space of just like, God, I need to beat my last big hit. And what happens if I can't deliver? And what happens if I can't get another number one? It's like, it doesn't matter how much success I get. They always want more and one more and one more. And I got to get it. I have to perform and deliver. And it's exhausting. And sometimes it's just paralyzing with fear and pressure to the point where it's just hard to focus on anything. It's hard to be present anywhere with anyone. And I feel like, again, I hooked up with a friend. He's like, Ryan, I got a song on my heart that I feel like is for you. And so I drove up to his studio one day and we just wrote this together. And I remember just sitting in his studio, just like weeping as we wrote this, because it was just exactly what I was feeling. And so this is what came out. You show me mercy when I've done nothing to deserve it. You see the best of me beneath the dust, 'cause that's how you love. Yeah, that's how you love. You rush through my veins. I'm wrecked and I'm changed, and my soul will sing. So with every heart beat in my chest, Lord, I surrender all that I have. The days yet to come and the days in the past, I'm giving you all I am. With lifted hands, with lifted hands, heaven or grave, there is no place place I can go to escape your love. No heaven or grave, there is no place I can go to escape your love. No. So with every heart beat in my chest, Lord, I surrender all that I have. The days yet to come and the days in the past, I'm giving you all I am. I'm giving you all that I am. With lifted hands, with lifted hands, yeah, with lifted hands, oh, with lifted hands, yeah. A couple years back, I had just finished I just gotten signed to a record deal, and I had just finished my first record. I had turned my record in. My contract says I could turn in anywhere from 8 to 10 songs, and I turned in 9 songs. Right in the middle. My A&R brand manager at the record company came and said, "Hey, Ryan, we love this new project you just turned in. The songs are amazing. We love it. So proud of you. But, you know, we see that you turned in 9 songs, and your contract says you can do 10. Is there anything else you have? Like, can you do one more? Because we feel like having 10 songs just looks better on iTunes. Just looks better having double digits when people go to look up your music." And I was like, I mean, not really. I don't really have anything, but I can write something. He's like, "Great. Why don't you just write one more song? Doesn't really matter what it is. Don't worry about Christian radio. Whatever this next song is, we'll just bury it at the end of the record. We already have your radio singles, so don't worry about radio. This next song, this last song will never be a radio song. So just write whatever you want. Write this one for you." And so in about 25 minutes, I sat down on a couch and wrote this song that just came to me because it was just easy. It was just about things that were going on. It was about the storms of our lives, of my life, of my families, of close friends of mine. I started talking about things like addiction. I started talking about things like losing relationships and marriages, and going through financial hardships, people that I knew losing their homes and businesses. And I had just lost my mom, a few years back to bone cancer. So like all this stuff, all these trials were very real, and the pain was very real, not just to me, but for a lot of people. And as I sat there and just wanted to talk about the storms of life, I was just immediately reminded of the hope giver and the healer and the calm, who isn't just the calm in the storm, but the more I go through my own challenges, my own pain, my own trial, I'm learning now that he isn't just our calm and our anchor, but Jesus is the eye of the storm. That's who he is. He is our peace. He is our anchor. He is our calm. He is the eye. And it's taken me a few years to understand that. I didn't even know it at the time, but that's where this song came from. In the eye of the storm, you remain in control. In the middle of the war, you guard my soul. You alone are the anchor when my sails are torn. Your love surrounds me in the eye of the storm. When the solid ground is falling out from underneath my feet, between the black skies and my red eyes, I can barely see. And when I'm feeling like I've been sold out by my friends and my family, I can hear the rain reminding me that in the eye of the storm, you remain in control. In the middle of the war, you guard my soul. You alone are the anchor when my sails are torn. Your love surrounds me in the eye of the storm. When my hopes and dreams are far from me and I'm running out of faith, I see the future I pictured slowly fade away. And when the tears of pain and heartache come pouring down my face, I find my peace in Jesus' name. Yeah, in the eye of the storm, you remain in control. In the middle of the war, you guard my soul. And you alone are the anchor when my sails are torn. Your love surrounds me in the eye of the storm. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, ooh. In the eye of the storm. Yes, I know you're watching me, Lord. Ooh, ooh. In the eye of the storm. Whoa. Well, when they let me go, and I just don't know how I'm gonna make ends meet. I did my best, but now I'm scared to death. We might lose everything. And when addiction steals my baby girl, and there's nothing I can do, my only hope is to trust you. Yeah, I trust you, Lord. In the eye of the storm, you remain in control. In the middle of the war, you guard my soul. 'Cause you alone are the anchor when my sails are torn. Your love surrounds me in the eye of the storm. Yeah, your love surrounds me in the eye of the storm. God bless y'all.
We don't do this often, Ryan, but with all the guests this winter and spring, we just want to make sure we give back. So I have a prize closet behind you. Would you, if you could walk back there?
Like actually walk
yeah,
back there?
and
Okay.
whatever you want to grab there.
Wow. Do I get to just...
Yeah, you can just crack on here. I don't know what this is. Go ahead.
Oh,
Yeah.
you want me to open
Yeah.
this? Well, shoot, you guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. There you go.
Thank you for...
Tide Pods, right? For your dishwasher?
is this dishwasher or my washing machine?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Washing machine.
It's good to know. Thank you guys for the laundry detergent.
Hey, when you're out on the road, pack a few of those pods with you.
You know what? Honestly, that's actually a really good thing to keep in my van.
Good.
Because you would be blown away how many hotels we go to that
Yeah.
don't have laundry detergent,
There we go.
and we do lots of laundry in hotels.
It's like we knew.
Thank you guys.
Yeah. Once again, if you've got something coming up in 2023 or beyond that you'd love to have Ryan and his crew at, the website again, people can check out.
Yeah, Ryan Stevenson Tour at Gmail is the email you can email us at, or just RyanStevensonMusic.com is my website. I'm super easy to find.
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram, all the social media stuff. Just
Okay.
Ryan Stevenson.
Awesome. And actually, let's find out what we've been talking in front of.
Awesome.
This envelope has letting us know what's in front of the greens, or what's the green screen that you've been.
All right.
And I don't know what this is either. So
We have been sitting in front. Ooh,
outer space.
interesting.
Wow. This is we're gonna have Galaxy. Boy, this could be.
Oh, I
Who
so badly want to talk so bad about this. So I'm not gonna.
That's for the podcast. So this will be, who was that? Didn't Pink Floyd? Oh no, I'm thinking there was a laser show, but this is your songs in front of space is going to be very,
All right.
yeah,
Very
very,
fitting.
very majestic.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Always appreciate the time, Ryan. It's great to have you in.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
The Thursday Afternoon Chat. Your favorite artists with Jayar.